Welcome back for another video. In today's video I'll be running through the Gameweek23 team selection, transfer plans and thoughts heading into this game week. If you missed the top 100 managers video, make sure you give that a watch too, a link will be on screen at the end. A quick thank you to the newest YouTube members, Ben Morgan, Charalambus and Goodmunda. If you'd like to support me by becoming a YouTube member too, a link's in the description, which includes early access to videos and a private channel on the Discord where I'll give team feedback. Lastly, if you'd like to follow my team throughout the season, make sure you're subscribed. A quick look back at how Gameweek22 went. At the time of recording, 57 points with only Captain De Gea left to play. It's so tight at the top that those who picked up Bruno flew up the ranks, while those of us without him went the opposite way. As it stands, a red arrow to 8th and likely to drop more unfortunately. Bruno's first goal had an XG of just 0.02, so you could argue the haul was lucky. Though you could also make the case that those who picked up Bruno put themselves in a position to get lucky, so well played if you had him. I struggled to justify the Salah to Bruno move, as it would have been two valuable transfers spent over the space of 3 game weeks, since Salah potentially returns in Game Week 24. With the power of hindsight though, it was certainly the wrong call. The captaincy was between De Gea and King, so we at least got that decision right, with Watford's second match getting postponed. The good news is that there's 19 postponed matches as it stands, so there'll be many more opportunities to come, and hopefully we'll nail the next one. It's our lowest rank since Game Week 10, so the pressure is on. Onto the Game Week 23 team selection and transfer plans. Ramsdale returns in goal after sitting the last one out, which was meant to be versus Tottenham, but it ended up a blank following the postponement. I'm happy with the decision to double up in a goal, as Arsenal now have 4 fixtures to reschedule, or in other words 4 guaranteed double game weeks, while Man United have 1. Arsenal face Burnley at home, who are in an even trickier position with 5 postponements, and Arsenal are second on the clean sheet odds for Game Week 23. We discussed last game week how it'd be no surprise if many single game week players outperform the double game week players, and that was certainly the case with Trent, who got his 10th assist of the season versus Brentford for a 10-pointer. Brentford are rock bottom for XG over the last 4 games played, while Crystal Palace are 8th, so it'll certainly be a tougher test this game week. He's hit double digit points in 7 game weeks this season, so he gets the armband. Only Bowen can beat Trent's 10 assists over the season. Cancelo kept his 12th clean sheet of the season last game week, which is more than any other defender. His 132 points can only be beaten by Trent in defence too. He faces Southampton, who haven't kept a clean sheet since Game Week 11 and are still missing first choice McCarthy in goal. In McCarthy's absence, they've conceded an average of 2 goals per game. Alonso completes the defence for the fixture against Tottenham. It's a difficult game to call, but Chelsea play at home and it's a massive game for both their seasons. Recently Chelsea have had the better of them, winning 7 of the last 10, so we'll be hoping for an Alonso clean sheet or an attack in return if we're lucky. After Tottenham, he has 3 blanks in 4 game weeks, so he's one we'll definitely be selling, and it could be this game week if not next. Gray looked lively last match on corners and free kicks, though he wasn't able to get anything out of the loss against Norwich, which subsequently cost Benitez his job. The next 4 look very reasonable, so the plan is to keep hold and trust the pig, and if we're lucky, perhaps Everton get a double game week in that time, since they have 3 fixtures that need rescheduling. Despite Liverpool's 3-0 win, Jota was unable to have any involvement in terms of attacking returns. This could be his last match before the return of Salah and Mane, so the hope is that he repays the faith this match. His numbers have dropped off recently. Over the last 4 game weeks he has an expected goal involvement of 1.41 XGI, which ranks 14th among all midfielders. Bowen continued to impress in the match against Leeds, scoring his 3rd goal in 2 games to put him on 6 goals and 12 assists for the season. He had a huge chance to equalise at the very end of the game, but was unable to convert. He travels to Old Trafford to face a Man United side who haven't looked particularly convincing under Rangnick. Rafinha gets the vice-captaincy as it stands for the match against Newcastle. He looked phenomenal against West Ham and could have had a 2nd assist if not for a very unfortunate offside deflection off Rodrigo for a shot that was already heading in. He rattled the woodwork with a free kick too and could have had more. His ownership is relatively low at around 15% and looks a great differential. King faces Norwich at Vicarage Road this game week for a crucial match between the two for their battle to avoid relegation. He's one player on the chopping block, having registered just a single assist in his last 6 games, all of which he played the full 90. It could be another cagey game due to the nature of the tie, though an early goal would be great to open the game up. Antonio's found some form recently. Between Game Week 10 and Game Week 17 he had just 1 assist, and in the last 5 game weeks he has 2 goals and 2 assists. It's another important tie for both sides, and Man United have a chance to put themselves 2 points behind West Ham with a win, with 2 games in hand over them. Over the last 4 game weeks, Antonio is top among all forwards for expected goal involvement of 3.43 XGI. Cavalry completes the starting 11. Everton have been poor recently, though we'll hope for a new manager bounce. It looks like Duncan Ferguson will take charge once again as interim manager. He was caretaker manager back in 2019 too, for 4 matches, and they didn't lose a single match, and actually performed well over that short stint. Hopefully he can get them ticking over before the new appointment takes the reins. On the bench it's De Gea, Salah, Dawson and Livramento. Ramsdale looks the more sensible to start between the 2 goalkeepers, and the bookies are back in Arsenal more. Following Bruno's haul, the decision to bench Salah was somewhat of a failure, but if he does return in Gameweek 24, the hope is that we'll have the edge over those who sold him, which could help recoup some lost ground. There's no definitive timeline on Livramento's return yet, unfortunately, but we've had more pressing transfers the past 4 game weeks replacing players who had a blank. In terms of transfer plans, it'll be dependent on whether we get a double Gameweek 23. There's a possibility of Villa getting a double game week, and if it happens, the plan is to sell Alonso and King for Digne and Watkins. Aston Villa have great fixtures beyond 23, so it would be a good opportunity to jump on them. However, if there's no double game week, then the plan is currently to roll the transfer. We should get away with giving Alonso 1 more game week, and then having 2 banks would be very powerful for attacking other fixtures, while many managers could be scrambling to get Salah back. As always, I'll post my final team on the channel and on Twitter. If you'd like to follow my team throughout the season, make sure you subscribe. For now, that concludes today's video. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments how your Gameweek 22 went and what your plan is for Gameweek 23. I read every comment, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And lastly, please remember to like the video and hit subscribe to support the channel.